Hello and welcome to a Chelsea January window preview. We're going to be previewing everything that could be happening in the next month or so for Chelsea. I think that we could be seeing a lot of big things happening. We're going to be previewing the fact that Sarri wants a smaller squad, but he also wants certain types of players, mainly from the Serie A and from Napoli more specifically, and how there's a few things that could go on in January that could shape for Chelsea for the future. So we're going to be going through all of that and more in today's video, so make sure you stay tuned, drop a like if you do indeed enjoy it. I'll be doing another one of these for Barcelona tomorrow, so make sure you do indeed stick around for that. And let's get into this Chelsea one right now. So I think we probably should start with why we're going to be doing anything in January and what the need is for things to be happening in January. Now, of course, Maurizio Sarri is our manager, and I think what people have learned over his first, 4 or 5 months in charge is that he can actually be a little bit stubborn. You know, he's coming with a system, he refuses to adapt to, really away from it in the Premier League, despite the league he's playing in. So he wants that Sarri ball system. I feel as if there's going to be games where we can see where it works and others where it just is absolutely catastrophical, really, mainly in the defence too, and a lot in the midfield. And I feel as if Sarri just needs a few more players to make sure that he can touch up on his system, rather than him actually changing the system himself with the players that he's got. Now, Sarri's a manager that doesn't like to rotate. For those of you guys that watched it back in Serie A, you'll know that his Napoli side only ever really used a couple of players. He has almost been forced to rotate a lot this year because of the fact we've been playing in Europa League. I feel as if maybe if we'd been just in Champions League this year, we wouldn't have seen as much of Loftus-Cheek, of Zappacosta, of Cahill, of Christensen, of all of those players who've come in the Europa League and have got minutes. I feel as if we were in the Champions League, they wouldn't be used whatsoever. Still though, Sarri wants a smaller squad. I believe he keeps on saying, we've got a squad of 28 players, I can't use them all, and I need a smaller squad. So that is one of the main reasons we need new players in January. However, he also needs new players in January to actually come into the club other than leave it, because we just don't have enough players that fit his system, mainly in the midfield in my opinion. We have that Kante and Jorginho there. Of course, he wants Jorginho in that holding Busquets role as the sort of pivot role that can play and then get the ball, retain it, win it back and play. And he wants to start almost every attack through Jorginho. But what we've ended up getting is Kante in there, who we can't really drop because it's N'Golo Kante and is such a big player for Chelsea. And I don't feel as if Kante really suits the system, although the fact he was coming into it in the last month of the season. The main issue for me lies in the left slot in midfield. He's used to having a player like Hamšík in there who gets goals for the side and can really bring the team forward. But we've been put in there with Mateo Kovacic, who, while is a brilliant player, isn't really a goal getter or an assist maker rather. He got an assist 2 days ago in the away game to Watford, but apart from that, he hasn't scored for Chelsea yet, which I probably would have expected him to, if I'm being honest. And he hasn't even done that much. I feel as if he is a great player, but in that three-man midfield, it doesn't work. He's tried putting Barkley there. We thought as if that could be revolutionary, but he's dropped out of the side too. Loftus-Cheek has been in and out through injuries, and it just hasn't really clicked yet. Nevertheless, the main issue where Chelsea are actually finding themselves in is in the striker position. Sarri has ended up reverting to a false 9 at the end of the season, and that is exactly where this January transfer window comes in. We're going to be looking for a striker, we're going to be looking for a load of names. I feel as if this could be one of Chelsea's busiest January transfer windows because Sarri wants so much, really, and I feel as if this could be absolutely epic. So let's run through some of the players that are going to be leaving the club first before we get to the ones coming in. In terms of goalkeepers, that's not going to be an issue. We're going to be sticking with Kepa in goal and Caballero as the sub. In the defence, I don't feel as if we actually could be seeing anyone coming in. There's been a lot of links with Hysaj or Husai from Napoli as a full-back. He's been a lot slightly out of favour under Ancelotti, and I think Sarri definitely wants him in the side. He can also play left-back. I feel as if the issue of bringing Husai in is who does he bench? I can't see him benching Alonso just because he's not a natural left-back. And let's be honest, he's not going to bench the now club captain Azpilicueta, so there's no real room for him unless we sell Zappacosta. And Husai's already a sub player at Napoli, so he didn't really want to come to Chelsea and be a sub here, so that rumour has definitely died down of late. In the centre of defence, even if we do get rid of club captain Gary Cahill, which is looking very likely now due to his lack of game time and lack of almost a way to fit into Sarri's system, I don't feel as if we're going to be getting anyone in because we'll basically just put Ethan Ampadu's spot up a notch and he'll then act as a fourth centre-back behind Christensen, Luiz and Rudiger. Into the midfielders where things could get interesting, Sarri's definitely said that we do probably need some more midfielders, as we've only really got Jorginho and Fabregas as the players there. Kante on the right-hand side, but he does not have a natural sub, and that is something that I think Sarri definitely wants. And then we've got three, what Sarri likes to call the little left-sided midfielders. So we've got Kovacic there, then we've got Barkley, then we've got Loftus-Cheek, and they just can't get themselves enough game time. Maybe, in my opinion, the way to go forward is by playing Loftus-Cheek. I do like the way Kovacic works in there, though sometimes I feel as if he is also a great player for us, but I think Sarri just needs to find a way to basically get around that. in all honesty, we haven't actually been linked to too many central midfielders despite Sarri's need for one. If you have a look at that Napoli team, which is mainly where I think we're going to be trying to get at, although Napoli president basically saying to Sarri, you can't take the whole team with you. I think Sarri would love a player like Allen in there, maybe. He's already taken Jorginho. Hamsik would be great, but he's getting on now and probably like to retire at Napoli. So who do we get there? I don't know, because we don't really have too many options in midfield right now that actually work in Sarri's system. Up front, we've had injuries. Pedro, in particular, Hudson-Odoi getting injured recently. We've also had injuries with Hazard. He always gets little knocks from just getting constantly kick lumps out of. And we've really struggled, if I'm being honest, actually to get goals other than through Eden Hazard. Morata started the season well, but he's dropped off. Giroud's come in, he looked like the man to go forward, but he's dropped off too, and he's out of favour now, and now he won't even opt to go with a normal number 9. So that's something that Sarri's going to look at in January. And the main name going around right now, guys, is Gonzalo Higuain. I feel as if we definitely could do with Higuain. I feel as if we were looking at him in the summer. I thought, let's get him in because he knows Sarri. Sarri loved him when he was at Napoli, broke the Serie A goal scoring record with him for one season, and I feel as if that's exactly who Sarri wanted. He said, I want Higuain at Chelsea, but what Higuain then said is only Sarri wants me at Chelsea, no one else did. So there was an issue then. We couldn't have Higuain, Morata and Giroud, it just wouldn't work. And then all of a sudden this rumour's come straight back into the thick of things in January, when all of a sudden it's like Higuain is going to be coming back to Chelsea, or back into the fold of things in terms of rumours attracting him to Chelsea. Maybe on a 6-month loan, sending Morata out to AC Milan. I don't know how things are going to work. For me personally, I'd love to see Morata succeed, and then Giroud is a brilliant sub for us, but it hasn't worked, and that's exactly why we've gone for Higuain. There are also players that are certainly going to try and look their way out of Chelsea in this window. Danny Drinkwater hasn't played a minute so far. He's certainly going to be leaving. Sarri doesn't like him. The same goes for Moses. He's barely played, apart from the fact that I'd say that when he has played, he's put in a shift Moses at that wing spot, actually. I didn't mind him under Sarri, but of course, he's not a technical player. He's a driving winger that's going to get crosses in. It's not what Sarri wants. He's not tricky at all, is he, Victor Moses? He's just a great athlete, and he was brilliant for us, Moses, under Conte, let's be honest, but for Sarri, it hasn't worked out, and he's certainly going to be leaving either in the window that's coming out now in January or in the summer. We've also mentioned Gary Cahill in there. You know, he's probably going to be on his way out. That'll give Ethan Ampadu a more permanent spot in the team. Rob Green will probably stay as the third goalkeeper. Marcin Bulka, who played a lot in pre-season, hasn't featured at all this season, despite him claiming that Sarri had a plan for me at the beginning of the season. That hasn't come out. He hasn't featured once for us this year. Caballero's been getting in also in the Cup, and even Kepa's taken that off them in some of the later stages, like the game against Bournemouth, where everyone thought Caballero was going to start, and Kepa stepped in, which was interesting. And probably the weirdest player of all that we've had in our roster this season is Lucas Piazon. Sarri specifically saying to the Chelsea board, don't sell him at the beginning of the season, and he hasn't even featured on the bench for us. A really weird one. He trains week in, week out. Correct me if I'm wrong, he doesn't have an injury. But yeah, he's just there, number 34. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know if he's even going to be sold or not. I think he's just going to stay with Chelsea, but not actually ever do anything. It's a weird one. And now onto a really interesting part. Maybe not something to do exactly with January, but it does have a direct link to it. And that is Fabregas and David Luiz. Their contracts are vastly running out. They run out in 2019. So as of January the 1st, players are going to be able to negotiate with them to get them on a free in the summer. Atletico Madrid have been looking closely at Fabregas. I'm sure a lot of other clubs have too. And the same goes for David Luiz. You know, he's going to be definitely monitored if people can get him for free. I think as if they're both players that Sarri needs. One, because they fit his system nicely. They're good with the ball at their feet. Very good technical players. And two, because they're experienced players. Sarri needs leaders in the dressing room, something we're a little bit lacking of now. We're going to be losing Gary Cahill too probably soon. So, you know, we haven't exactly got a lot of that, and Fabregas and Luiz are key roles for us this season, I believe, just behind the scenes, so we don't actually see a lot. That could be a big miss for us. So yeah, a lot could be happening in January, it really could. I think it could be an absolutely mental window for Chelsea Football Club. Sarri's going to need some new players in, I believe. I think Higuain is the one that we need. He'd take that number 9 shirt perfectly too, guys. He's sort of right in there, we don't have one right now. And I think as if he could be the missing piece of the jigsaw, really. Other than that, the fact that Sarri wants his squad smaller probably won't ever see us bring in other players. There have been plenty of things. Pulisic, you know, but I think he's more of a player who would come in the summer if either Willian, Pedro or Hazard leaves. You know, same goes for other players in defence such as Husay or Koulibaly. They would only come in if Luiz, Azpilicueta, Alonso, Zappacosta, Emerson, if those sorts of players leave, then those players would come in. But I can't see any of them really leaving in January, although we could see some surprises in there. We know Hazard isn't leaving, but you know, Zappacosta and Emerson might want to fight their way out. Probably Zappacosta in particular. I feel as if Emerson's got himself a little more of a spot here at Chelsea, and Zappacosta will probably be feeling it's time for me to go pretty soon. In midfield, as I mentioned, we're going to have issues there. We still do have issues there. I feel as if when we start with Kante, Jorginho and Kovacic, we don't have a lot going for us. But I don't feel as if we're going to be getting anyone in January, despite the fact we've been linked with all sorts of players. Alexandro, Alex Telles, Hamsik, Allen. You know, we've been linked to almost every Napoli player, let's be honest. Dries Mertens up front, but he would almost just play similar to a Hazard role, although he would allow Hazard to then go back out onto the left wing, which could really be beneficial for us. So yeah guys, that's where this preview is going to come to an end. I hope for all you Chelsea fans who've tuned into this one, it really helped you, just giving you guys a view of what could be happening this window. I feel as if there are slight tweaks we need to be making, and that will absolutely help us massively in the future and for the rest of the season, because this is really where Conte came off last season. This is where we started to slack. So if Sarri can keep us going for the rest of the season here, then we'll be good. Looking for top 4 here, guys. Massive win against Watford the other night. Crystal Palace on Sunday. Keep going, boys. Keep fighting. Higuain in January, it's looking likely, if I'm being honest, and also a few departures. Cahill, Drinkwater and Moses at the top of that list. Who knows what's happening with Piazon, and that is all I have to bring you guys. Sarri wants a smaller squad, but also wants those players in there that fit his system, and he doesn't feel as if he's got that right now. So that's why January could be massive for us. Drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed it. I'll be doing another one of these for Barcelona tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned for that if you're a Barca fan too. And I'll see you guys very, very soon. Goodbye.